Gonna do a little video on this train tracks here, and the reason I'm doing it is it goes underneath the city of Anderson, South Carolina, and I thought this was really neat. Right above this is a lot of this is a road right here. You can hear the traffic up there, but this is all like parking lot, and there might be a building on top of this bridge right here. And they put this in way after the fact. Although some of the city, you can see a gap right here, and then there's another tunnel, and that is way old, and the city was built right on top of that. But this was built much later to expand the downtown area by the looks of it, and it's strong enough to support like buildings up there. And you can see here's the bottom of an old building, and look at that. They filled it in with dirt. And this has probably had something to do with the railroad right here, because it's down on this old railroad track. And that is just cool. Look at that. And of course it's got tagged on it. But and since I came, you can see this train's leaving now. When I first walked down here, there was no train. And now they're pulling that back out. So they were backing it up for some reason. They're pulling it back out. But they got to go slow through here, because look how curvy that track goes. It's just zig, zig, zig. But let's walk up here a little ways and check this out. Thought I'd show you another angle of that building there. That's pretty cool. And there's water dripping down. And they got an old sewer right here. I thought that was pretty neat, and like newer sewer lines there, but that is way old. Look at that. They tried patching it up, but you could see the old brick that's there. There's the lid just laying off to the side. So hopefully there's no hobos living down in that thing. We got some homeless down here. There's not a lot of homeless in the Anderson, South Carolina area, but there are a few people. And they've made little places to live underneath these bridges down here. It's very greasy smelling, so I feel bad for them having to put up with that. But you can see how strong they've made this. There's probably a building on top of this, and I'm gonna go up on top when I'm done here and check out this little roadway. Let's check that out right now from underneath. So this is cool, and I've never noticed this up from the top, but it's like an old wood, what could be an alley or a road going across. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna go up on top. We're gonna find that at the end of this video. But I'm not sure what this support is for. If it's like a driveway that might go into the back of this building here. You can see there's an old pair of doors there, but look at that. That used to be a pair of doors, and it's all cinder blocked up inside it, but what the heck was that? You can see there might have been some sort of staircase that came down here, and that's where the staircase would mount, right there. Very interesting. But look at this old bridge. I gotta try to find that. It goes over here too. And I'm sure if there's an alley or something, we're in the back of this sushi restaurant. And I know this, but they boarded up all these windows. And I read this thing online once that in England, New England area of the United States, that they started charging them for windows. They would tax you for how many windows you had, so they would brick up the windows up there so they didn't have to pay the taxes on having windows. And I'm not sure if that happened down here and that's why that happened or not, but you can look at this. There's old air intakes, or they might have been windows at some point. These are boarded up too. So there might be some sort of like sub-basement, some sort of rathskeller. This is probably another old track maybe right here, kind of maybe just a water drain. And then this, I don't know what this cage is all about. Could have been a little elevator system or something. Look at this. There's a pipe going into this. I don't know what that pipe would be for. But yeah, isn't that interesting? Maybe that's where they put the prisoners. Let's go out and take a look back into this tunnel so you can see the buildings on top of us. Look at this, another little, I guess that might have been storage for some tools for the train workers. Just never know. But let's go out there and check this out looking backwards. And there we are on the other side. So you can see that that's Main Street in Anderson right there. And they just built buildings right over the top of the railroad tracks. And you can tell that's way old there. I mean, that other area at the very beginning of this video was newer, and these are obviously built just like this. So you can see once again they've cinder blocked up on this one instead of bricking up all the windows, because they probably just the train noise and all that. But you can tell this was a train car entrance, and this was maybe an unloading. They might have had some sort of track on this at one point, and they could have a winch up there and unload. There's a pigeon. Unload some stuff off the train cars, and then it just kind of continues off and heads on out into the wilderness there. But so what I want to do now is I'm going to take you up on top, and we're going to look down on this, and then we're going to go around back and find that road coming out from underneath the bridge that was down the way here. And look at this old abandoned building. Look at that. It's right next to this viaduct, and you can see that's where I was a second ago, way back there. That's downtown Anderson, South Carolina right there. And so what we're doing now is just walking back to the car. And I thought that was pretty interesting. Looks like someone broke in there, so they could maybe go in there and sleep at night. If you're homeless, you're kind of looking for somewhere like that. Let's check out the front of this real quick. Interesting. Look at that little tiny standalone building. It's probably some sort of glass shop or something. Say no to vandalism. That's pretty funny. And then this is actually a really good restaurant, Beale Street. I think it's called Earl Street Restaurant. And they've got the windows underneath facing out under the viaduct. That's good. They'd barely get any sun in those, and you got a nice little view. This is a tiny little park right here. I'll show you this real quick too. When I say tiny, I mean tiny. This is the park. It's called Textile Point Park. And I'll show you the sign. It's quite an interesting history if you want to pause and read about the textile industry in Anderson, South Carolina, in this area. Hopefully you guys could read this. You know what, I'll do a little closer. So there's the top, pause and read that. There's the bottom, you could pause and read that. Hopefully I got all that in there. So let's go check out the top of that road up there. All right, just a quick shot from above here. And we're above the railroad tracks. And I think what I'll do is I'll take us over and try to find that road, and then I'm going to go up on top this parking ramp, one of the two parking ramps in downtown Anderson here, and we'll end it up there. But I thought this was pretty interesting. There's a building that I didn't know was abandoned. This would make a great space for an art community. Oh, someone broke the window here. That's too bad. But let's see if we can get a better shot then. A little bit of, look at the old staircase. This is probably an old outlet store or something like that. Pretty cool. So we're gonna go behind that building right there right now and take a look and see if we can find that road. I still have yet to do a video on downtown Anderson here, but they have all these cool artwork like this. Look at this horse. And I think it's made out of all bike parts. You can see this is like a front gooseneck or whatever for a front wheel. Here's a whole bike piece. Here's another whole bike piece. You got all the hair is all made out of bike chain. And I thought that was pretty neat, huh? Look at that. But check our channel soon for a walking tour of downtown Anderson, South Carolina. And his tail too, check the tail out. It's completely made out of chain for the horsehair. Very nice job. Let's see who did this. See here, sculpture. Maybe I'll do a sculpt tour too, so check that out. All right, let's go look for that road right now. We're scooching in between the buildings here to go to the back. I thought this was pretty neat. This is a little sitting area for one of the local places there. And they did a little fountain out here, which is nice. And this is called Carolina Ren Park, if you want to look that up on Google Maps. Carolina Ren Park, like wren is in the bird. It's the state bird of South Carolina, and they do plays. You can see they have sitting in the grass. They do plays here, and they do live music. Still trying to get our band in here one of these days. And here's the stage for the music, and what they'll do is they'll just do the play right out front here on the ground. And this is usually running. There's usually a waterfall pouring down there, and the kids just love that. Let's see if we can find this this road, it looks like it's a walkway, and I've been down this, but I've never noticed that this was open on the side. Just wasn't paying attention. There's the railroad tracks that we were on, folks, right down there, and there's those doors that used to go into this building right here, and then there'd be a staircase that went down. So maybe there was a train that could take you somewhere after you get off work and go down there. But yeah, look at this. Pretty awesome. Look at that. Just an old piece of concrete hanging on for dear life right there. Might be a counterweight of some sort that just fell down there and is stuck now. This is all the parking that I was telling you, that the train tracks are going right underneath this parking lot. So I guess there's no buildings on top of that, but they built this whole structure just for parking. Once again, there's the train tracks down there. I don't know, hard to see because the sun is not allowing it to focus real good there. And then here's the other little opening here. See that salamander go running? And then yeah, all that I-beam that I was showing you down there is for the parking up here. This is a really cool old building. It looks like they tore the roof off of it now. It was sitting empty for a long time, but now you can look inside there and you can see that there's no roof on it anymore. But this was a lawyer's office at one point. I don't know if it still is. It looks like it might be. But all right, let's go back up on that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to show you this building real quick. So I'm going to take you inside this building real quick on this Carolina Ren Park, because it's kind of an art walk type thing, and there's a little tribute to an actor that was a famous actor that's from Anderson, South Carolina here, and we'll go check that out. Okay, so we're on the other side of this building now. There's a cool little piece of art, and I'll just show you this. It's called the Ren Pavilion. And there's a little, I guess the whole gallery now, I thought it was about some other stuff too, but it's really about Chadwick Boseman. There you go. And you can see more about downtown Anderson on our other video, which is covers the whole downtown area, which I haven't done yet. We've done a couple little night things down here, but I haven't really spent the time to do a walking tour of downtown here. So they got a little downtown here, or downstairs here with bathrooms, and they got a little elevator, which is pretty cool. It comes out right there. And you can see that a lot of artists came down here and did little murals and little tributes to Chadwick Boseman. If you don't know, I guess he was Black Panther in the, I think that's a Marvel series. There's a good one, Black Panther. Right there. So I've seen the movie, been a long time, but I know he was a great actor, and he passed on a few years ago, and I think this tribute kind of came from that. So, you know, I'll just end the video here instead of going to the top of that ramp. We'll end it right here at this Carolina Ren Park. Here's a really cool little statue. It almost looks like a sundial of sorts. But once again, check our channel coming up for a nice video of downtown Anderson. And if you like our videos, please hit that like and subscribe. You can check out another video there. You can check out our channel right there. We got over 1,400 videos on a variety of different subject matters. So thanks for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.